Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Concrete Reality TV, where we strive to know more and do more with what we know. Thanks for joining us again. We're going to start off by bringing our co-host in here, Cutter. What up, Cutter? How you doing, man?
What up, people? What's good? What up? What's good?
Oh, man. The Gillum, he's not here. He got in late from a flight from Colorado or some other places, but he won't be joining us this evening. So it's just going to be me and Cutter hitting on some general topics. Cutter, what you got for us tonight?
I got a couple of things, man. Actually, that's been cracking in the news lately. One of the things that I wanted to touch on was the Kyle Rittenhouse case. I mean, the trial. Actually, I'm not sure if you're familiar with what's going on.
No, you had mentioned that a little earlier, and I can't remember who that cat is. You said that he had ended up shooting some protesters.
Yeah, he was a young guy that was out um, during the protesting, and he apparently shot one guy and wounded him, and he killed two other people.
Mm,
So I'll bring the CNN report up so we can go ahead and touch on that.
okay.
And let me go ahead and share my screen here.
So you said he shot up some protesters.
Yeah, man,
I
it
don't
was
know how
crazy.
that, because I think I heard it in passing, but as far as the details, I don't think I ever looked into it.
Yeah, so we're gonna get see if we can share that.
Kyle Rittenhouse is set to go on trial next week for murder. The teenager killed two people in Kenosha, Wisconsin during protests last year in the aftermath of the Jacob Blake police shooting. Now, what has a lot of people paying attention this morning is a pretty controversial decision by the judge in a pre-trial hearing, as there were some ground rules set that the prosecution is not happy with.
The word victim is a loaded word. And I think alleged victim is a cousin to it. Let the evidence show what the evidence shows. And if the evidence shows that any or more than one of these
The hell?
people were engaging in arson, rioting, or looting, then I'm not going to tell the defense they can't call them that.
Okay, Early Star co-anchor and attorney and legal reporter Laura Jarrett joins us now. Let me just make crystal clear what happened there in case people didn't get it. The judge just said that the people Kyle Rittenhouse killed, and there's no dispute over the fact that he killed them, they cannot be called victims, the people that he killed. They can, the judge says, however, be called rioters and looters.
And that's the part I think people are finding so disturbing. The prosecution is calling it a double standard. And in reality, they're dead. They cannot defend themselves at this trial, right? And typically, when there's an agreement that somebody has been harmed in some way, injured, or been killed, victim is an accepted term. There are defense lawyers who've been arguing for years that it is prejudicial, that it implies guilt, and that it taints the jury's mind. Courts are split on this. Jury instructions use the term victim all the time. Some people define it in different ways. But at bottom, which should be cast in the light for the crimes that they committed, when in fact people go to jail for killing people who commit crimes all the time. And so I think that's the part that's really got people's attention. And if you're the prosecutor on the case, you're going to say this is extremely prejudicial. But there's not much they can do about it. Because remember, if Kyle Rittenhouse gets off on this, if he's found not guilty, they cannot retry him.
Yeah, there's not an appeal for the prosecution. That's not how it works.
Exactly. And so it's interesting. I think, one of the things to remember is what.
I'm gonna pause it right there. But basically, the beginning of the trial, the judge took it upon himself to say that these people weren't victims.
Yeah, setting the precedence already.
Yeah, and that was kind of messed up to me.
That definitely, wow. That's crazy. And I'm surprised he said that. I'm not surprised that he said it in general, but I'm surprised that he came out and said it like that oh, wow. I'm shocked, man. I'm really shocked about that.
So basically, it's been a hell of a trial from what I understand. I'm sure we're going to do an actual show once this whole trial is over with. so we can go into detail about how they came up with, certain things, how the prosecution did, how the defense did. I definitely want to go in depth in that, but as far as I knew, he actually testified and he got on the stand and was crying boohoo tears. A lot of memes were made about that. I found that pretty funny because he was he was on the stand crying like his life depending on it, and I'm pretty sure it does. But this is where they are now. This is what share this screen.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm just wow. So the judge already didn't set up a bias.
Yeah. So here, this is where they are now. Apparently, this is was posted today.
In this entire sequence of events, from the shooting of Jacob Blake on Sunday, August 23rd, 2020, all the way after that, everything this community went through, the only person who shot and killed anyone was the defendant.
After about 2 weeks, the prosecution and the defense of Kyle Rittenhouse had one last chance to leave an impression on the jury.
You cannot claim self-defense against a danger you create.
At one point during closing arguments, the prosecution even demonstrates a moment where they say Rittenhouse pointed his weapon prior to the fateful chase that ended in the killing of Joseph Rosenbaum, even pointing out that in the aftermath, people believed Rittenhouse could have been an active shooter, and that the crowd had a right to defend itself that night.
How are we supposed to know where he's going next? And I got to stop here for a moment and highlight the hypocrisy of the defense. Because according to the defense, if someone has a gun, they're a threat. If someone points a gun, they're a threat. There's only one exception to that. The defendant, by their logic, he gets to run around with a gun all night. Oh, we're not supposed to take him as a threat. Doesn't work that way. There's no exception in the law for Kyle Rittenhouse.
Garbage. Just like his case.
The defense doubled down on its argument this was self-defense.
The state wants to call my client an active shooter. Kyle was not an active shooter. That is a buzzword that the state wants to lash onto because it excuses the actions of that mob. He runs 2 blocks from 63rd to 61st Scene 2 without firing his weapon.
Attorney Mark Richards argued Rittenhouse did what he did because he had to, especially in regards to Joseph Rosenbaum, the first of the 2 killed that night.
Kyle shot Joseph Rosenbaum to stop a threat to his person. And
forgot to mention this very important key. This whole thing was that the weapon that Kyle Rittenhouse had wasn't even his. It was he was an AR-15 that was a friend of his. He took it or borrowed it, and was out that night, I guess, protecting the country. I don't know what.
Okay, so wow, so he's doing another neighborhood watch.
He took it upon himself to go out there, 17 years old, with a loaded AR-15 to protect his community, I guess. I don't know what he was thinking.
So I haven't read anything on this. Where was this at? Because I'm behind.
Okay. This is why I wanted to bring up the actual case so they could tell you, because I'm sure that not only you have questions, but the viewers have questions. So hold on one second. Let's stop sharing this and let's bring up the facts behind this case.
I'm looking it up too, so I can see what's going on. Rittenhouse case.
And I had a video for this. That's why I'm pissed off right now.
Oh, okay. So no details on it in video
Nah.
form.
Yeah, I had one video that was on CNN, but I can't find it for some reason.
Okay, so this was in Kenosha, Wisconsin on August 25th, 2020.
It was in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, let's see here.
You know, I like details. I'm like, what were they writing about?
That's what they were writing about. Hold on. They were riding over the Jacob Blake shooting.
Okay.
Remember, Jacob Blake was the guy who was. They said he was fleeing the police. He was trying to get back into his car.
Oh yeah.
And his car, they shot him.
Mm-hmm.
The police, once he got back to his car, that's what the actual protest was behind. And Kyle Rittenhouse was one of the self-proclaimed military, self-proclaimed, self-appointed. I guess.
So he the militia trying to come out and protect the neighborhood.
Another Zimmerman.
Yeah, exactly.
And he along with some other people were out there with assault rifles, which are probably legal in Wisconsin, I'm sure, since they were out there. But yeah, he was the only one that shot somebody though. Not even the police. Not even the police shot anybody.
Wow.
So yeah, there as of today, the jury began deliberating. What they did, from what I understand, they did drop the possession of a legal firearm.
Mm-hmm.
They did drop the judge threw that out. Apparently.
Okay.
Why? But it was clear that he was in possession of an illegal firearm. It wasn't his, wasn't registered. So that would make it illegal, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they
I
threw
guess
that out.
Wow.
Now it's just 5 counts that he's 5 felony counts that he's facing right now. The jury apparently was deliberating today, and they, of course, ran out of time. This is a big case, so let me let him finish. I guess the defendant finished what he was saying, and I mean the defense team rather. So let me bring him back up.
Killed that night.
Kyle shot Joseph Rosenbaum to stop a threat to his person. And I'm glad he shot him, because if Joseph Rosenbaum had got that gun, I don't for a minute believe he wouldn't have used it against somebody else. He was irrational and crazy. My client didn't shoot at anyone until he was chased and cornered.
But during rebuttal, the prosecution argued there were plenty of steps Rittenhouse could have taken before shooting Rosenbaum.
No one is saying that Mr. Rosenbaum should have chased Mr. Rittenhouse. No one is saying that Mr. Rittenhouse did not have a right to defend himself. This case is about the right to use deadly force. Hit him, kick him, knee him, anything else. And Mr. Rosenbaum and Mr. Rittenhouse are alive.
In total, Rittenhouse faced 6 charges until the misdemeanor of a minor in possession of a weapon was dismissed early in the day over the gun not being long enough under Wisconsin statutes to be considered illegal in the hands of a minor. But Rittenhouse still faces 5 felony charges, all of which he pleaded not guilty to. The most serious comes from the shooting and killing of Anthony Huber, second of 2 people killed that night. Rittenhouse faces first-degree intentional homicide, but the lesser offenses of second-degree intentional homicide or first-degree reckless homicide could also be considered. Those offenses could be considered.
So wait a minute. So the image
of 2 people killed that night. Rittenhouse faces first-degree
pause.
homicide, felony charges, all of which he pleaded not.
So they had that video that they were playing. That was him and the guys that he shot.
That's one. I think that was one of the guys that he shot.
Was it that him getting stomped?
Yeah, that was him on the ground getting stomped because apparently I don't know exactly what happened prior to that, but they were trying to take his gun away from him. Apparently, I don't know why. I would probably try to take his gun away from him too, because dude, you gonna kill. Nobody was out there like that. I mean, he was obviously running all over the place. So it just looks like he was just looking for an excuse to shoot somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
When he felt attacked, that's when he let loose. So this is gonna be an interesting outcome.
Dang.
Nobody he shot was black.
Yeah, because that's what I was wondering. That's probably why I didn't hear about it. Because I'm like, I felt guilty. I'm like, wait a minute. So this is one that slipped my attention. Usually I catch up on most of that. This one, I never even, they never talked about this one as far as in my little algorithm. It didn't pop up.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm surprised you heard about it. But yeah, I think as of today that the jury is still deliberating. So hopefully they come up with something tomorrow. Like I said, it's going to be a pretty interesting outcome because he's claiming self-defense. I think that's a weak argument, but he got the complexion for protection. So
well, you already know that's a good one because that's exactly what he got. And it works. It works. They're gonna ride that one home. Self-defense.
Oh yeah. So let's stop.
So then we had another topic that was going into the baby. That's another general topic that's popping currently.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently the baby, the baby's baby mama had an altercation where he ended up calling the police to get her escorted out of his apartment or penthouse or whatever it is she had been living in for the last 3 months. Nobody really knows exactly, and this is why I say that the issue kind of arises with these situations. Nobody knows exactly why he wanted her out. But apparently, from what he says, she had a history of being violent. Now, as far as I know, the Breakfast Club reported today that she has 2 separate cases of assault against the baby I'm sorry, not against the baby, but 2 separate cases of assault on the baby.
Oh. So
they've had it prior to this one.
Oh, so they're a violent couple anyway.
Well, she violent.
He stayed with her.
Well, yeah, they both. He got a history of being. Well, I ain't gonna say he got a history of being violent. He got a history of defending himself from people who trying to be violent towards him.
Wasn't he the one that was that Dave Chappelle was talking about in Walmart?
Yeah, he had a shooting at Walmart. This was actually before he got it. He was popping, I think, in some of the South. And apparently he had, excuse me. he had some issues with some guys in Walmart. I don't know if they ran up on him trying to rob him or intimidate him or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
he ended up one of the guys in Walmart. And yeah, that was all over the news. But he claimed self-defense, and of course, the camera footage was pulled, and it basically went with his story that he was defending himself.
Hmm.
You know, when the guy, I think he got a criminal possession charge because his pistol wasn't his. The pistol that he had is. So I think that they might have threw that out, but they definitely threw the actual case out because it was self-defense. Yeah, he actually, let me share the screen.
Okay.
Let him tell what's going on here.
Oh, so he speaks on it.
Oh, he's this is him going live himself while she's there apparently.
But try to position yourself in a career through a child turning one of the a good example of a black father being tore down. We ain't doing that. We ain't about to let that be misrepresented out here. You know what I'm saying? We not doing that. I know it's plenty niggas that look up to me. You get what I'm saying? They tell me all the time, as far as like how I deal with what I got to deal with and still handle my business and take care of my kids, like how my daddy deal with me. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no way we going out like that and letting this get misrepresented. You know what I'm saying? I take pride in that. We gonna hold that down. This is what it is. I got my personal assistant right here, like, you know, and I ain't want to bring nobody down or none of that shit to lift myself up or clear my name. I'm the type of nigga, like, I take my lick and keep my mouth shut, you know, but on my character, you know, as a father, my integrity as a father get played with, you know. As a man, I got to clear the L. First of all, me and Danny Lay is not together. Do I act like we together? No. Do I make it openly clear that we're not together? We are not going steady. Have not been, that's not what's going on. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost. She does not live with me. When did she get here to where we at? A week ago. You see what I'm saying? She's here with 2 suitcases. She does not live with me. She's been supposed to go back. Been trying to get her stuff sent here, trying to move in. No. Been made it clear, been looked dead in the eyes at calm, mature conversations. I know this is not what we doing. You see what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna do it like this. Hey, I care about my kids for real. My kids ain't no marketing schemes. You don't have a baby with me and your plans don't go as planned and you don't go out with a bang, that's cool. Be my guest, but when it get blown all the way up into something like this, like you tripping, you know what I'm saying? I got you almost forcing me to where I gotta, you know what I mean? Where I gotta potentially put your business out there to clear the bullshit that's being thrown out there. Ain't been with me for 3 months, so boom, we'll make this shit quick. We gonna clear the L, we gonna keep it moving, because I got my people, they waking up, pulling up on me, my assistant, she pulling up on me like, no, you need to say something. Like, you gotta say something. Like, this ain't something you can just sit back and let, you know what I'm saying, let go the way it go, because you gotta say something. And they only saying this because they done been around it, you know, so boom. My baby 3 months in, right when she's about to be born, I flew out the DR. I ain't put it on the internet, I ain't do none of that, you know what I'm saying, because it ain't about that with me, it's about the kid, you know. The kid's supposed to be mine, I'm there. That's just all I know. I'm a stand-up nigga. That's all I know. So I go out to DR. We out in DR. Everything. You know what I'm saying? We do what we do. I come out there, I'm waiting on the baby to be born. I get my mama a flight. My mama getting ready to come out there. So once the baby born, my mama can see the baby when she born. We come out to DR. We see the hospital. We see this and that. I'm already like, you know what I mean? I don't really want, you know, no child, you know. The conditions is what it is, but it's a different country. So, you know, it's cool. I'm rocking to whatever beat, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking to whatever beat, you know what I mean? I didn't, you know, I got the child on the way. I'm stepping up. And however it go, that's how it go. The child being born in DR, whatever. Shawty gets into it with her parents while I'm out there in DR, me and my assistant. while we out there. They got their whole thing going on. That ain't my business to be telling y'all. It ain't, That's not my business to be telling y'all. You get what I'm saying? Long story short, they get into it. Me and my assistant, I took my assistant to book the jet for the following day so we can get up out of here. We ain't from here. We don't know what these folks got going on. Let's go. You get what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go. I'll come back, take care of my baby once she get here. Right now, we got to go. My assistant, like, you do not need to leave her in that household. You do not need to leave your baby out here. Not need to leave your baby out here. I'm like, nah. Book the jet. From that night to the next morning while we waiting on the jet to be here, Shawty calls my phone, call my assistant phone, her mama DMing my cameraman, calling and texting my assistant. Mama them trying to control her, trying to keep her over there. She trying to run away with me. I'm not trying to have nothing to do with none of this shit. I'm just trying to take care of my baby when he get here and make sure my baby gonna be straight when she get here. I'm not trying to have nothing to do with nothing. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have nothing to do with nothing. I'm just trying to step up to the plate as a man and take care of my baby, no matter how I ended up having the baby. It's a blessing to me. This just, this is how I'm set up as a man. You know what I mean? She called me 150 times. I'm like, nah, you need to stay.
Let me pause it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Before we catch you up on the situation.
Yep.
Well, basically what happened was, because he's telling the whole story. I didn't know he was going to do all this. Like, this is something I just pulled up on YouTube. Apparently, he must have just did this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't remember any of this. Apparently, this is his youngest child's mother who went live, and I'm gonna stop sharing this because he's telling the whole thing, which I actually am interested in. But not right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to find out what actually happened. Basically, he and what is her name? I'm sorry.
Danny Lee.
Danny Lay had a child together. The child is apparently 3 months old.
Mm-hmm.
She claims she was living in that place for 3 months. Well, he just debunked that and said that she hadn't been living there that long.
Mm-hmm.
He also said that they were never official. They were never together. Now, what she did, she's went online and posted a collage of pictures. I know this sounds familiar to you. A collage of pictures of them together, and the DR and all that stuff like that. Like it's. Hold on, let me bring. Okay, so this is okay. So I can bring this up.
Okay.
This is where the drama actually starts. Share the screen.
Stay here with your people. You need to, you know what I mean? Yeah, you need to work out what you got going on. All this shit is on, all this shit on record because Shawty, that's how Shawty go all out with shit. Like, Shawty will text me 100,000. This shit really is deep. You get what I'm saying? But that's what I'm in. It's my reality. This what I'm mixed up in. So I got to stand on the business and still be there and take care of the child. But, so I'm like, nah, you need to stay here. You need to stay here, Shawty. It's real deal. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, Shawty packed her shit and pulled up to the hotel we was at with her shit. You know what I mean? Like, this shit get deep now, with her shit in the car. My sister like, don't leave her. Like, she's calling my phone saying she don't feel safe if she stay here, had a kid out here. She don't want to have a kid out here. So me being the the good-hearted nigga I am. You get what I'm saying? I said,
With this a
here you go, that's cool. But I'm making shit clear that I'm making, and it's the thing.
Everybody go ahead, clear your
and I'm glad y'all know. Here,
Go ahead, clear your nose.
here, come here.
Go ahead, you scared.
And I'm glad, no, I'm not scared. Look, and I'm glad she walked out. So as you can see, nobody was put out. And me calling the police, that's like for my safety, because this what I'm dealing with. Like, this a real deal, cuckoo. Look, this is a real deal. Like, shawty really cuckoo, and she's still here. So nobody was put out.
The woman is crazy.
Nobody was put out. No, this ain't no. We ain't got to make this a sexist thing.
I forced him to be with me. Okay. Okay, Stephanie. Go ahead.
This ain't nothing new. This is just me. This is just me clearing the air, because she's not about to tell this.
Here from Orlando.
I can show you. I can show you. You begging me to stay here, shawty. This not.
Talking about you miss me. Come back home. All this stuff. The fuck,
I
I already left your ass.
You can see who cuckoo here
Let's
and
see
who
who's
not.
cuckoo,
Like,
because I'm talking.
but
for
this is my
myself
thing.
for the first
This is my
fucking
thing.
time.
They didn't make.
Okay.
They did not make shawty leave, and somebody need to come make shawty leave.
Oh, no, I'm leaving.
I'm
leaving. Don't worry. But guess
That's
what,
what I'm
guys?
saying.
I'm trying
Somebody-
to go to the house to get my baby's
Somebody need to
clothes,
make shawty
and he's
leave.
telling me I can't go to the house to get my baby's clothes because I only have 4 outfits for her because I want to leave. So stop showing me, bro. You wanted to get on live to talk shit and put everybody in our business, trying to act like we haven't been together.
We haven't been together.
Okay, Jonathan. We haven't been together.
You don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. Oh my God, this is so funny.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh my God, how you gonna
This
go
is what
live
you dealing with.
in the room right now?
You dealing with a
right
real
there
nigga.
talking
Just not.
about
Hey,
me.
listen.
Like as if I'm not gonna come out here and talk.
I'm gonna let y'all see what's going on. Like, this is my reality.
You're such a cap-ass man.
This is my reality.
This is
So
such
look,
a cap-ass man. He wants to fuck me and fuck his baby mother and fuck all these Charlotte hoes and fuck all this shit. And me, I'll be okay with that, guys. And me come back and live
Can you
here
stop
and
touching
stay
me?
in
Can
this
you stop
fucking
touching
house
me?
with our child.
I don't want you to stay. I've been begging
Okay,
you to
yeah, I
leave.
know you tried
And
to kick me out
This one of
yesterday
them
at
real.
3 in the morning.
This
for
one of them
whatever the fuck
real.
reason.
This one of them real movies,
Yeah.
man. Y'all look,
Look at
tune
that.
in and see what we dealing with. Like,
For sure.
shawty really cuckoo for couple
Really
in
cool.
real life.
Because
It
I'm
ain't.
talking for myself.
I'm not
defending
going.
myself. Because you're calling
your
me a
thing.
fucking crazy
I'm
ass
not-
woman
I'm not
on the
tripping. Do
internet
your-
trying to make me look bad because your ass was trying to kick me out to go to a hotel with our 3-month baby. What?
Listen.
What? You just gonna?
I got
How many times
the
you
entire
threatened
night.
me to leave?
Shawty, can
Go
I
ahead.
do my live?
No.
Steph,
Go ahead, do your live.
That's why the folks got to come get her out of here, man.
No, I'm leaving. Trust me, I'm leaving.
God,
But I need my stuff
Shawty's
from
really
your house
crazy.
so I can leave here forever.
Why do you have stuff in my house? I've been trying to
What are
get
you
you to
talking
leave
about?
my
I
house
had
for
a
a
whole
week.
closet
Get
in
this
your
girl.
house.
No, I can't turn it off. I gotta clear this up.
In your
So
house.
listen.
I had a whole closet. I have an
Listen.
underwear drawer, you idiot. I have
Somebody
a side of
come
a fucking
get
sink
this
in your
girl.
bathroom. Stop acting like I just can't.
Shawty is there.
Oh my God.
What you?
What? This. Man, look, I didn't know all this was going on. This must be new.
Man,
But basically,
that's
the police couldn't get out.
yeah, because if she been there 3 months, then she's a resident, so he can't just boot her out. He gotta get her evicted. In most states, I'm not sure what state they're in.
Yeah. And I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I think they are in Charlotte. I think they're in Charlotte, North Carolina. But if she's been there for a certain amount of time, I know you definitely just can't put her out.
Nope, don't work like that.
You got to go through the court system to do all that. So it's a sad situation. They got a kid involved. Man.
Yeah, drama does not care about celebrity.
They don't. Well, basically, my whole issue with that issue was people were online saying that he was wrong for going live and putting her out there like that. And my argument was that this is the same baby who just recently was almost canceled. And who was it? Dave Chappelle and Kanye West kind of went to bat for him.
Mm-hmm.
he started getting, because I mean he was out of there. Like a lot of tour dates were canceled. A lot of big name corporations that was backing him, they backed out
Mm-hmm.
of. You know, they did the same thing with Nick Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said something that, you know, that wasn't favorable to the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, you already know if somebody goes live, which is something I don't really condone, but I understand this is the younger generation's thing.
Mm-hmm.
They go live all the time, you know, no matter what situation it is. Look, because they know that in this society, especially if you're a celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
whoever paints the narrative first is first.
Yeah, whoever
And
they're gonna believe him.
yeah, that's who the public, the masses is gonna believe. So he, instead of allowing her to paint the narrative, he went live first.
Mm-hmm.
One, to document another issue, because obviously they've had some violent dealings in the past. You could tell the way her aggression is. She kept slapping the phone out of his
Mm-hmm.
hand. So I'm sitting here like looking at that energy, and I'm sitting here like, wow. And then secondly, legally, you already know the law really ain't on the man's side in these situations.
Nah,
So
if he would have made one mistake, they would have took him down.
they would have took him to jail. That would have been it. Touch it the wrong way. Uh, if she bump into him wrong, oh yeah, sir, put your hands behind your back. And then he already got a criminal history in where he lives in
Oh
North
yeah,
Carolina.
yeah. He was.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely. I don't even know what to say, because it's such a new type of scenario with this technology and the society that we live in, with everything being so on display with people. I don't know if it's a right way or a wrong way, because it's all blurred now. It's just blurred. So I can't tell personally. I'm like, he didn't have to. He could have recorded it and then had it on, storage just in case something popped off, and then it could be used as evidence. But he went live. So yeah.
And this was after, like I said, this the one that, okay, the one we just saw. I didn't even see that one. That was new. Because she was still there. I
Yeah.
thought she had been left. Apparently not. So
Yeah, that was my
man,
first question when it went down. I was like, I wonder if that law stands in the place that they're at, that you can't kick someone out. Typically, I think it's 3 months if they live in the same place and had any mail come to that facility. I mean, to that place of residence, then they can, be tenants in the home, and then you have to go through the courts to legally evict them. So I guess that's probably what went down. So it got to be some truth to that, because otherwise the cops would have escorted her out of his office, his property. So I'm not sure.
that's
Then they're young.
that's all I got.
Yeah, then they're young. So
I want to tackle this more on a later date. I just got a lot of stuff on my mind. I haven't been A1 tonight, this evening, but yeah, I definitely want to tackle this more, especially as the situation unfolds.
mm-hmm.
We can kind of go ahead and go in depth as to what's really going on and what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it seems like a level's core. A lot of people were saying a lot of things on Facebook and social media about how he was wrong for putting her out. He should have left. He got money. He should have just went to the house he had built. And I'm sitting here like how you gonna tell this man how to leave his own apartment? Like,
So yep, It's easy because
Okay.
everybody gonna have their opinion, and then it really don't matter no way because their opinion doesn't determine or impact anything in reality. So I mean, they can say what they want, but in the end,
Right.
it is what it is. Him and her, the ones gonna have to deal with this
You're
forever
right.
because they got that child together.
You're exactly right, sir.
But yeah, that's our general topics, man. We're gonna hit up with another topic. We're probably gonna come back this week and hit you guys up with some more stuff. I know this one was just kind of general, and we'll hit them up with some more stuff coming up. So
For sure.
yeah, but that's all we got, man. We'll talk to y'all later. Concrete Reality TV, like and subscribe, and share. Peace.